Part 4. Cheating the poor. Giving money to the poor may not always be wise, but helping to improve their conditions could be. As far as getting a job, want ads are not a reliable measure of the actual jobs available at any particular time. They're an insurance policy against employee turnover. Businesses run ads continually to always have a supply of applicants, giving them leverage to fire or dominate workers. Even with jobs available, employers often won't hire someone without an address. The employed poor who lack accommodations aren't saving on costs. Contrarily, there are special costs. Someone without a car would supposedly save on car expenses, but without a car trunk to carry groceries, they use up their money on eating out. When needing to travel far, they must use up their money on expensive taxis. If you save some money, but not enough for the month's rent and security deposit to secure an apartment, you'll pay much higher rates for hotel rooms by the day or week. By attempting to save by only having a one-room apartment with limited accommodations, you cannot save by cooking up meals that can be frozen for the week ahead. Your money goes to eating out. The poor may find adequate accommodations coupled with reasonable rents. However, areas with cheaper rents lack job opportunities or have higher heating gas expenses since the gas must be pumped a further distance, or heating gas is unavailable and expensive propane must be used. Incorporating space heaters to heat the entire house often causes electrical blowouts. Company insurance can be problematic. For example, somebody is supposedly on the company health plan, but the company claims to have lost their application form and claim that they must begin the paperwork all over again. So that person pays out of pocket for a while. Or you have a former company's insurance for another 3 months. So you say, I don't want the company insurance right now, but in 3 months. An administrator says that they'll implement it in 3 months, but never do. Unknowingly, you are without insurance. Companies may offer stock options, but they're often from a disreputable company which goes out of business. A second working parent doesn't help if their children must then go to daycare, which is more expensive than the income from the second job. Besides low paying, preventing millions from being able to support a family with only one job, low-paying jobs are physically and mentally strenuous. Workers must work long hours, are sometimes treated like children, and often work in dirty, noisy conditions. Therefore, I support a socialism which rewards hard work, penalizes those having children out of wedlock and other welfare cheats, removes undesirables from the system, and has a system of checks and balances to prevent government domination and tyranny. Some who oppose universal health care and socialized medicine claim that every United States citizen has access to health care and anyone with a medical emergency can get free treatment. Yet those who make that claim almost always have health insurance. After someone makes that claim, I'd ask them, then why not drop your health insurance coverage to save money? Of course they would not do that. They know the fallacy of their argument. Some poor have special needs, so some charities pay for surgery for those with physical deformities, bladder or bowel incontinence, crippled legs, etc., who would otherwise be ostracized for life. We may also fund special spinal cord research and other projects that work towards ending paralysis. I donated large amounts of used clothing to clothing bins and unwanted food items to food pantries throughout the years. I also volunteered in a food distribution warehouse. Working in a homeless shelter is commendable, but strong people skills are required when interacting with troubled adults. Doctors, lawyers, and landlords operating pro bono would also greatly help and be a fantastic Christian example. Other problems. Although societies have progressed somewhat, perhaps a third of the populace in any given country is an organized crime member. If there's an organized plan and more money is manipulated from someone than you'd get if you mug them, that's organized crime. Yet strangers can legally sweet-talk elderly people out of their entire life savings who may be impaired by old age or depression. It's also legal to prevent someone from having any knowledge that they are trading their hard-earned money for excrement. Dishonest doctors and false weights and measures abound as they have throughout history. Besides, modern housing in America is of cheap construction, including million-dollar homes. Perpetually building and tearing them down results in a continual eyesore and noise pollution. Inferior materials are also used in roads, so they're constantly under construction too. In some areas, numerous lawn service trucks with mini trailers litter the neighborhood while workers inch forward like tortoises, blasting ear-piercing leaf blowers. It would be tempting to pay them not to work. There must be a better way, where men make a living without making God's beautiful world repulsive. Even America's most popular participatory sport, bowling, is perverted. On some alleys, oil slicks impair one's bowling, coercing bowlers to buy expensive balls which can navigate the oil. Standard pins are rotated with weighted pins that won't fall, coercing more practice to regain one's average. Lighter pins are used to attract women and children. Sometimes the rigged alleys are completely mixed, turning bowling into a crapshoot. There are 1,000 other scams, from simply filling bags of chips with air to complicated legal maneuvering which the average person cannot detect. More capitalism, namely selfish lust and ungodliness. Some may think, who cares? These are simply forms of aggressive marketing. Capitalism beats communism, and men are naturally competitive. However, if we are busy deceiving and manipulating our fellow men, we aren't loving them. Hence, we dispose of Christianity. Systems of greed and financial manipulation, which mega millions are involved in, is a form of stealing. Even if everybody did something, it wouldn't make it right. If everyone loved their neighbor, even inflation would be non-existent. We can whitewash the truth, or, knowing the ugly truth, actively work to continue to improve our society. For my comparison of the three major economic systems, see my videos on those things. Stay tuned for part 5.